All right, so welcome to the Sunday afternoon at just prior to the WM Phoenix Open. I snuck out here to get a practice round in. Was out here practicing all day basically, and here's a little sunset of me playing holes 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18. Mostly just tee shots, so check it out. So just hitting a couple of drivers here. You'll probably be able to hear some background noises, different things going on. So I wanted to just kind of get out by myself and focus on my routine. My main goal was to just focus on my routine and not allow any distractions to interfere. So each time, just kind of getting my mind right, getting set up, um, just trying to block out what else was going on. So I hit one down the right side here into the fairway bunker, and this particular shot's about a 56 degree. I might have been about 115 yards or so out. I've got to get ball first contact. Managed to hit that really nicely and landed on the green. Went over, hit a couple other shots from the fairway, and then moved over to hole number 11. So here I am setting up on hole number 11. This is the stadium at 16 that surrounds the back of the green. When you get to this hole in the tournament, there's thousands of people in the stadium, and many of them looking back over, checking out what's going on the 10th green and the 11th tee. And then there's just thousands of people in this area in general making their way possibly to and from hole 16 and also checking out more golf. As you can see, just kind of going through my routine, swing thoughts, taking the club nice and wide on the backswing and accelerating through. Just trying to focus, even though there was just some slight distractions even on this day. Obviously nothing compared to the tournament. I played this hole in the tournament, 1 under par for 2 days. Par first day, birdie second day. Number 11's known as probably the hardest hole on the golf course, and so I was really happy to play it 1 under par. You'll notice in this video how I hover my driver. I try to keep my arms relaxed, and then the hovered position allows that centrifugal force of the driver to kind of slingshot out and extend my arms through the ball. I've got it figured out where I can make really solid contact, also stay balanced, but allow for that acceleration of my arms and the club. A lot of people that ground their club right behind the ball tend to pull in against centrifugal force, and it causes lots of problems. So maybe try the hover. Check it out in this video and see what you think. This is a mid-iron into 11, looking back at the stadium on 16. Just a buzz of activity. When I played this hole on the second day, Brooks Koepka and his group were right there on the 15th green, which is those bunkers off to the right. Here I am on hole 12, hitting a 7-iron, trying to fly at about 185, landed on the front of the green. This hole is playing about 205 each of the 2 days. There's a lot of water. You can see all the water on the left. That's really hard to get into. The water that wraps around the green, it's kind of a peninsula island green. The water on the back right of this green is really easy to get into. In the tournament, I actually hit 9-iron. It was downwind, and I had a little adrenaline going on. I flew it to about 200 yards, and it rolled into the back bunker. It's a good solid test. It's a good hole. The greens this week were rolling 14, and they're very, very firm. So you had to hit high shots with a lot of spin. Very hard to do on a hole like this where it's downwind. So this is looking back at the tee box on 13. You can see that island or peninsula green there on the left side of the screen. That's the back side of hole 12. And then that water behind me is also the water that you hit your tee shot over on hole 15. In this video here, you'll be able to see how much I hover. and the location of my driver is above, but also well inside the ball. I feel like from that position, all I have to do is elongate my arms and let that relaxed starting position turn into more of an extended follow-through. Then the club face will strike the back of the ball, and I can stay balanced while I'm still letting all the energy out in that manner. So you can see how much kind of above and inside I'm setting up here. This is a hole where, if you really bomb it down there, you can knock it on the green. Day one, I knocked it on the green and 2-putted for birdie. Day two, I pulled it a little bit left. There's a desert area and a tree down here, and I had to lay up and knock it on the green. Played this hole 1 under for 2 days as well. You can see there I took a little bit bigger backswing, wound up further to try to hit it further. Maybe take advantage of this hole. So here I am in the fairway. The shadows right here are of the trees that are right in this little desert area. And obviously you'll be able to hear and see how crazy the wind was in this practice day. You can see how my pants are fluttering and almost knocked me off balance here, but it was good to practice. I was happy that I was practicing like this on a Sunday afternoon, because when I played on Thursday, it was blowing this much as well. Uh-oh. Camera falls over. This is a 3-wood. It's my Epic Max Plus 3-wood with the UST link shaft in it. I play a 6 F5, which is about a 60 gram, 65 gram, 68 gram extra stiff. Consequently, in the tournament, when I switched to the Rogue driver from the Epic Max, I was crushing it. So averaged 306 for the week, which was better than average. Club head speed was about 115, just a little better than tour average. So here we are on a very calm evening on hole 16 with still people out there. I mean, they're setting up stuff, setting up all the bars and whatnot that are in this triple-decker stadium. It's just a nice little smooth 8-iron, little draw, and hit this one good. Nice and easy, but in the tournament, I did hit 9-iron both times. First day, pushed it right, had to get up and down, and just barely missed my par putt, so I made bogey. And then on the second day, hit a nice one in there to the middle of the green and had a birdie opportunity, but didn't knock it down. 2-putt par and get out of there. The tricky thing is listening to people yell at you right as you're taking the club back. It happened to me on this hole both days, and several other times, even on a putt. I was setting up on a putt on hole number 9, and just as I was getting ready to take the putter back, the crowd's relatively quiet on hole 9.
Saw that one.
And I hear this, "Go Craig!" In my head I'm thinking, what part of you makes you think that that's going to help me make the putt, right? Here's a ball that's going to come racing past. That was my first putt. So my first shot came up just a little bit short, and the second one you can see right there in the middle of the screen. And greens were rolling great, super fast. Felt like they were about 14s, and very, very smooth. I do think, though, when the celebration happened on this hole, you saw Patrick Cantley's putt on the very last day jump up a couple inches in the air. I feel like that probably ramped out of an indentation from a beer bottle or a beer aluminum bottle. So who knows, but I know that this place got smashed. Little cinematography here on hole 17, looking through the WM. I played this one par. This is really a driver hole for me all day long. Just can't turn it left. If I turn it left, it'll bounce down into the water. But if I take it right over that middle bunker, or favor just a little right of that, it gives me an opening to hit my tee shot. Again, this is the Epic, not the Max, the Epic Triple Diamond. I'm using the 8.5 head, which is a tour head. Got some the old rat glue in the head, and got it weighted up just right for me. And it's been working great, but I can tell you that Rogue was even better. I put it right in the bag, and it's still in the bag. I'm hitting it great right now. You'll see my little trigger in my right knee. I've always done this, kind of Hogan-esque, I guess. Kind of a little bit of a forward momentum, little push in with the right knee, and then that allows me to make the backswing a little bit smoother. So I like that. I would say if you need a trigger, then add something like that. It definitely has helped me over the years to have that. Once my swing kick starts, essentially, then I'm able to just let it go. I would say it's definitely served me well under pressure. And I did have to work on it in the beginning to create that, but it's very, very automatic now. I don't think of it at all, and I pretty much do it 100% of the time. So here we are in hole 18, such a cool hole. My goal here is always to hit it down the water with a cut. So as long as I know my ball's moving away from the water, I know it's not going in the water. So just kind of aimed at the furthest part of this lake is just over 300 yards carry. That's a little too long of a carry for me, unless I'm like straight downwind. And in this case, I'm actually into the wind. You can see the wind is still blowing. So I'm trying to hit straight down with a little bit of a cut. In the tournament, I crushed my driver on both times on this hole. Smashed way down there. I averaged about 306 for the 2 days, which was above tour average. Club head speed was about 115, which was above tour average, and hit it really well. Hit pitching wedge in both days, and made par both times. Here's my little draw. Started down the right. Just wanted to see if there's any real appreciable gain from hitting a draw and trying to run it down the fairway. There wasn't, so I'd rather take the safe play of aiming at the end of the water and cutting it back. You'll see here as I go to hit my iron shots, I'm well back. It's 300 just to that bunker on the left, and I'm a good 40 yards short of that. So I want to say this might be a 6 iron I'm trying to hit in, but in the tournament I actually hit pitching wedge in both times. So here's a nice little smooth 6 iron into the 18th green. So thanks for joining me on this practice round. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.